Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to some more Gran Turismo 1. Today we're continuing on with our Let's Play. Today it is the Unlucky 13, and because it's the Unlucky 13 I figured we'd drive a GM product. It's a Chevrolet Camaro Z28 and that's what we're going to be using for the UK versus US Bash. Now of course I represented England in the last set of these races, so it's only right I represent the Americans this time around, and because I'm representing the Americans, I figured I'd use this Camaro because, to be honest with you, I don't actually have all that much money and won't have after tuning this vehicle up. So, yeah, because we are going to racing modify it, I'm going to go for the... Usually I'd go for the yellow, but you know what? I'm going to go for the white and red because I guess that keeps some of the anniversary edition love. So we only have 61,000 credits left. Right. Let's put that in. 47,000 tyres. We want racing tyres. We want the softs. That's 32 grand. I need more power. Desperately need more power. 27. Computer puts us up to 397. Port grinding 408 horsepower. Now I know this is possible in this vehicle because I believe Fonda used this in his LP. 415, I don't really need that. So I am going to go for the sports brakes. And I'm also going to go for the brake kit controller. And, well, we only have 4,000 credits left, so I haven't got any money for suspension or gearbox this time around. However, hopefully we should still do okay from this. So here we go, let's head into this event. Also, British sports cars versus American sports cars. I'm fairly certain American sports cars are usually called muscle cars. I mean, the Viper's technically a super muscle car, isn't it? It's not really a sports car of sorts. Anyways, let's head into this. Let's do this. Let's exit. Of course, this is going to be exactly the same races as the last few races. Luckily, I know this track list relatively well by now, which is good. Let's set the car up. We of course want all of the downforce in the world because we need it. We desperately need it for this vehicle because it's an American car, so no grip will be available to us. Okay, so you can have a little bit more downforce on the rear than the front. Of course, can't adjust any of this stuff or any of this stuff, unfortunately, which is a shame because this car is very high up. What do we got? Ooh, okay, so statistically we are one of the worst things on the field. Okay. The good news is I did save the game before I tune this car up, so if this doesn't go well, then we can just blame the Chevrolet and pretend this never happened. Anyways, our first race of course heads to Trial Mountain 2. It feels relatively free revving, which is nice of it. Right, here we go. Those nice, beautiful, long American gear ratios are being long. There we go, dive up here. The Viper is the fastest thing here. That Corvette is putting its younger brother to a little bit of shame. We have got racing tyres on this. It isn't nowhere near as nice a handling as that Cerbera or Griffith or Legacy were. However, it isn't bad. I mean, admittedly, for a Camaro, looks kind of cool. I do. Ooh, okay. That's not exactly what I really wanted to happen there, but it happened. Admittedly, as far as Camaros go, this is probably my second favourite generation of it. I do like the 90s Camaros. I like this one, and I also like the, I think it was the IROC Z, the 90s IROC Z. The one Clarkson had on his American trip. I like that model of Camaro. Admittedly, I still wouldn't really own one because it's a Camaro, and this one has the door mirrors from a. The gear ratio is almost as long as the turbo, like earlier. Yeah, I mean, hold up. Actually, you have got a point because 200 kilometers an hour in second gear, and there was more to give from that gear as well. That being said, we are winning, so I mean, give the thing some credit. We've only got 4 speed. I just want to point this out. There is only a... So I'm assuming this is based off the automatic Camaro. Maybe the Z28 was, or the 13th anniversary Z28 was only automatic? I don't know. It's got a worse gearbox than the bloody Jeep Wagoneer from Forza. That thing has a stupid gearbox. I think in the Wagoneer, when I took it around the Top Gear track, I don't even think I really shifted out first gear. I think I shifted into second like twice. Before GT, of course, is another car which has, or GT40 I should say, is another car which has a horrible gearbox. Yeah, this gearbox is, I mean, to give the Camaro credit, it is winning, and it's also, you know, it's staying in its power band. I mean, it's got a consistent power band, you can't take away from that. Also, it's really doing well. I mean, you know, as much as I want to rag on this car, and I really do, and I will be ragging on it because it's a Chevrolet Camaro, so when it does stuff like that, I'll blame it on being Camaro. However, I will say, in its all fairness, it's dealing with all of its issues well. It has, you know, bear in mind this thing should not be winning this race. It only has 400 horsepower compared to everything else here, which is about 450. This thing also weighs 100 kilograms more than both the Viper and the Corvette, yet it's putting both of those vehicles to shame, which is pretty incredible, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the Griffith is doing quite as well as he did in the last round against that Supra. Then again, I guess the Viper, I was tempted by the Viper because the Viper really is just an excellent car when modified, but we've used the Viper, so I guess I'd use this Camaro Z28. To be fair, I will give the other, some more credit to the Camaro. It does have a pretty cool racing mod. I kind of like this Evo-esque wing. I think it looks nice and ridiculous. I'm not a huge fan of the fact the tyres are sticking through the boot lid, which is not the best design thing in the world, but there you go. Right, there we go for it there. Yeah, gear ratios are a wee bit ridiculous when it comes to the Chevrolet Camaro, but there you go. I mean, I guess I didn't really... I wasn't expecting them to be quite this bad. I wasn't expecting a 4-speed either. I was expecting at least a 5-speed from this thing. Either way, we crossed the line with a 118.382, which isn't too bad. So there we go. Awesome, first race completed, and as you can see, we beat everything else. The Corvette came in second. Oh, there's two Vipers. They came in third and fourth. The Griffith in fifth, and unfortunately, it looks like the DB7 is going to be the little stepchild that sits at the bottom of the table for the rest of these races. Anyways, we get 10,000 credits, which is, of course, much needed at this point. Although I will say, I did think I'd have to money grind. By the looks of it, I won't have to because this Camaro is good enough. And we're doing the endurance races next, and I will probably just use the LM cars for the endurance races, so no real need to tune anything up there, so yeah, we'll be doing okay. Okay, special stage Route 5 is of course next, as it has been with the previous few times we've done this. Special stage Route 5 has proven to be one of our better courses in the previous few vehicles, so how will the Camaro do? I've got to say, you know what? I am going to say I actually like this Camaro, in the sense that it's very underdog. You know, this thing should, again, it's down on power, it doesn't handle quite as nicely as the Cerberus or the other one was, what was it, a Legacy? But I mean, it isn't doing bad, and considering this thing, like, those cars cost around 300,000 credits to build up. This thing has been built up with just 180,000. I mean, admittedly, that's still an awful lot of money, but then again, racing modifications cost an awful lot of money on this game, and you really need to racing modify this vehicle to get it to work properly. Because, you know, with any cars in this series, actually, because the thing is, with racing modified cars on Gran Turismo 1, is, as I've discussed before, it does mean that you can adjust the downforce, and downforce is something you will need. By the looks of it on Special Stage Route 5, the handling, or sort of the not quite as good handling as the Legacy, is letting this vehicle down, and gear ratios on the straight, this thing just cannot keep up with, and then that's a Viper. But then again, it isn't horrible, I guess. I mean, there we are, we're past the Viper now. Admittedly, a little bit cheesy, but there you go. I mean, we did get past him. Let's come through here, and break in there. There we go. Nice and round. Chevrolet Camaro, everybody. I've also noticed that she's got number 30 on the front of it, because, of course, it's the 30th anniversary Camaro. Yay, special edition. Let's celebrate how long our fake must... I'm not going to finish that sentence, because I already think GM people want to lynch me already. I'm sorry, I don't like Camaros, okay? I guess you... I should really add that disclaimer to the channel. If you're a Camaro guy, seriously, just don't. Just don't. Although, I will say, actually, this is something interesting. I've never pissed off a Camaro guy. I thought I did at one point on my latest DLC showcase, which, actually, I shouldn't say latest, because by the time this goes out, it won't be the latest, but in the May DLC overview, I honestly thought I'd pissed off a Camaro guy, because what did I do? He basically said, in the video I was basically quite dismissive of the 2016 Supersport Camaro, because it's, you know, it doesn't mean anything to me. It just looks like all the other Camaros, and he, you know, was telling me how, you know, it's the most powerful and everything. But the guy was actually really decent. He was very respectful. He didn't, you know, go, you don't like Camaros because you're a fag. You know, he didn't do anything like that. He, you know, he was pretty respectful. I did piss off a Mustang 2 guy once, I know that much. Because I think it was something about the King Cobra Mustang, and he got pissed, because he was just like, oh, dare you insult the King Cobra Mustang, it's the best they could do at the time. And it's like, yeah, I'm a Ford guy, I like Fords a lot, but even I can't defend Mustang 2. That car was awful. But the guy was like, well, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, Christ. I think the guy I pissed off the most was... Oh, fuck. Goddamn GM and their build quality. The real Emile, I hate Camaros. Excellent, welcome to my stream, you'll do well here. We didn't. That was not a good thing to do to the GM build quality, man. That front suspension fell to pieces. I only just bought this vehicle, goddammit. Well, we have to take 6th place. Again, it was going so well, and then bad things happened. But anyways, I may as well finish my story now, considering I threw away that race. Actually, how are we doing on the points front? Okay, not particularly good. I need to beat the Viper in the next few races. I'm kind of surprised the Viper's doing as good as he has been doing, considering the Viper usually gets defeated by the Corvette. We get 500 credits. Amazing. Next session. Anyways, the guy I pissed off the most, and I do have to admit to a little bit of arrogance on my... Actually, no. I don't even think that. Basically, what I did is... I think it was the November pack. Now, anyone who knows Forza Motorsport 6 will know that the November pack, for the most part, I mean, people actually kind of like it, I guess. For me, personally, the November pack is the weakest, because it was just basically race car heaven, and I'm not a huge advocate of race cars coming into Forza as much as, you know, road cars, because I prefer driving the road cars. The race cars are very characterless for me. But basically, people didn't like the fact that I didn't like the November car pack, as in, I think I said I can't remember if I said something about Ayrton Senna's F1 car. I basically just said, you know, I'm not a huge fan of this being in the game, because it would just drive like some hyperspeed thing. And this guy was literally like, how can you not appreciate this? This is a legendary pack, this has got a bunch of legends cars in it, and it's like, okay, great, but here's the thing. You may want to drive all of these cars, and that's perfectly fine, but I don't care. You know, I appreciate Ayrton Senna was a fantastic racing driver. He was excellent. And, you know, I watched... What was that documentary? Obviously, I wasn't around for Ayrton Senna's F1 time, because, well, that was almost 25 years ago. Well, I guess sort of the peak of his career was about 25 years ago. But, I mean... Sure, I just don't want to drive Ayrton Senna's car, I don't care. You know, is great to have in the game. It's kind of like the Ayrton Senna challenge from Gran Turismo 6. It was a nice addition, but ultimately, you know, it was, yeah, it was alright, I guess. Yeah, with the, in Ayrton Senna's F1 car, I don't care about driving all these legendary motorsport cars. If you want to do that, that's cool. But I don't think, you know, an entire Forza Motorsport pack should be dominated by these cars of motorsport, if you know what I mean. But there we go, that's just me. Either way, hopefully we are going to do well in this race. By the looks of it, I'm not. Look at that, 300 kilometers is 108 miles an hour. That's the quickest car we've had down there. Admittedly, that was in 3rd gear. This thing is stupid. This car is just utterly stupid. The gear ratios are awful. They really just are the worst. The absolute bloody worst. Hopefully the Viper can get overtaken by the TVR. I'd like to see the TVR win a race, and also because that Viper is quite close to me on points, which is worrying me because, of course, if the Viper does well here, and I do, actually, if I get 2nd place on Special Stage Route 11, I should be okay, I guess. He's too far behind to really do anything about it. So there we go. I think that lap was quicker than what I did in the Legacy, not quite as quick as what I did in the Cerbera. I think I did a 52nd in the Cerbera. But I mean, I guess High Speed Ring's probably the track this car's most suited to, because of course it's an American car. And okay. So this championship standing so far, again the DB7 is getting a little bit crushed, as we'd probably expect. Anyways, there we go. We get another 10,000 credits, which I will take from you, sir. Thank you. Now let's head into the next session, which goes to Grand Valley East Reverse, if I'm remembering correctly, which I do believe I am. Indeed I am, because I know everything, and also because I've raced this pretty much the same race event over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Right. Let's do this. Let's head into this race and see how well we can do here. That DB7 does look cool. Admittedly, I don't really know if I like the DB7's race mod. I mean, I guess I can understand why it looks like that, but I kind of like the fact it's on the coupe now instead of the Volante, because I don't know actually. The Volante with the racing mod does look, I guess, a little bit more purposeful than the DB7 coupe with the race mod. I don't know. Either way, Vipers are bouncing everywhere. That TVR is bouncing everywhere. You see, I don't really know what's happening to that TVR. That TVR usually has... Oh, my lord. I have no idea what was going on there. Ultimately, it hasn't ended well for me, though, because of course it hasn't. And now this thing's going to be a bitch to get going again. Come on. I really couldn't have done with that, to be honest with you. That might have spilled the end of my racing in this race. I don't even know what happened. I basically was just battling with all of them. I hit the brakes and my car delved off to the left. And I was honestly thinking I'd be getting out of that relatively well. But I didn't. Which isn't good. Right. I guess my only real hope now is that that Corvette can just stay in the lead. If I can deny the Viper as many points as I can, it will at least give me some advantage heading into Special Stage Route 11. I really couldn't have done with that. I mean, if I had won the Special Stage Route 5 race, then sure, that would have been a-okay, but here's the thing, I didn't, because I cocked up, or sorry, GM cocked up, of course, because the front suspension fell to bits, which is what I'm going to go with. But yeah, that was a little bit disappointing there. Unfortunately, as far as actually catching these guys now as well, I mean, I can catch this DB7. Hopefully I've only got one more lap to do it as well. You see, this is where a 5-lap race I would be more than welcoming, because I could fight my way up the grid some more. I mean, what's that at the back? Hope if I can get to about 4th place, I will be feeling a hell of a lot better. But as it stands, that's going to be difficult. So Special Stage Route 11, I've really got to knuckle down. Oh god, the Corvette's in 5th as well. That means that Viper. may have taken the lead. If the Viper's taken the lead, then yeah, this could be a tricky one to get round. Admittedly, that was... Nope, apparently... See what I mean? The Corvette can just recover from that. He's just like, I'm okay. Well, as me, if the Corvette did that to me, that would... Well, actually, it did happen to me, and the Corvette threw me into a wall. Right, there we go. Go on, Viper, lose it on this final bit. I don't usually like seeing a Viper crash out, but to be honest with you, that could be useful to me right now. The Viper is cutting it on the dirt. Ooh, the other Viper's in second place. Right, I'm going to seize third from the RT10 by the looks of it. Yes, I am just before the finish line. There we go, okay. So, what we looking at here? So, that's third place I don't want to call it victory because I still am not out of the woods yet. Okay, so the Griffith claimed that. Right, that's good. Ooh, okay. So... If the Viper gets third, and I get second in the next race, I'll be hunky-dory. I ultimately want to be aiming for that win, though. Again, it's Special Stage Route 11, and this car isn't really the car I'd want to take in Special Stage Route 11. If it was sort of like a do-or-die event, which, to be fair, it is, blah, 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 blah. Mustang Group B car. Oh. Is that something that's in thingy? That's kind of interesting. Anyways, let's head into our final race, Special Stage Route 11. This is the decider. Hopefully this is not a normal car cup take 2, because that didn't end well, and hopefully this doesn't end quite as badly as that did. But we will have to wait and see when it comes down to this. Right. Again, as long as I can deny that Viper victory, I should be okay. I mean, is Special Stage... I guess Special Stage Route 11 is more TVR territory than anything else. Okay, so we can't smack into that wall like we could with 3000 GT or something like that. We can smack into that, though. Viper's already battling for the lead. That Viper... I think this is definitely the sort of race the Viper would... like to dominate. Oh, you bastard. Come on, stop spinning your wheels. Yeah, this is not going to be easy for me. Just haven't got the grip. That's the issue with this Camaro. Ultimately, you know, I like the Camaro. I really do. As in, I like, you know, I don't like Camaros. I like this Camaro because it is a plucky little underdog. Unfortunately for this plucky little underdog, though, the competition is... like, the competition isn't even amazing compared to it, because, I mean, this car can win races. It's proved it. The issue it's got is it's just not as good as its peers. You know, the TVR Cerberus was excellent handling. The Legacy was not so good in a straight line, but it was bloody good when it came to the corners. This one is a lot better when it comes to straight line speed. The issue is all of the other vehicles in this race are really good when it comes to straight line speed, so this vehicle's main advantage has been torn away from it. And now it comes... why did you tap me on the arse? Why did you have to do that? Unfortunately, it's come down to a track which I'm just simply not good enough at. Like, I tried to be okay at Special Stage Route 11. I think I'm getting better at it, but ultimately... yeah, 202, not great. I mean, even the DB7's overtaking me now, although admittedly that was because I took that corner a bit stupidly. Right, come on. Let's lean on you. Come on. Right. Corvette. I need to beat this Viper, man. That's the issue as well. I mean, if I was racing against the Corvette, I'd be fine. The issue is I'm racing against the Dodge Viper, and the Viper is a dominant force to be reckoned with. The car really is good. Right, I could get... oh, Viper is in 4th right now. Oh, sorry, he's in 3rd. Or was in 3rd. Okay, so that's good. That being said, I do need second if I am to beat the Viper, because I believe second gets 6 points and third gets 4 points, so... I mean, You see, I mean, the cock-up at special stage route... Ooh, good. That's good, actually. The Cerberus... Oh, sorry, the Griffith car... Neither of these two cars which are currently in the lead can actually, you know, win the race. They just can't. They're 2 down on points. The only one that really challenges me at the moment is this Dodge Viper, and by the looks of it, the GTS hasn't actually got that good a straight line speed. He seems to be struggling in comparison to the RT10, so I still need this place off this RT10 though. I mean, again, I'm not really even racing for the lead, I'm racing for second place, because if I can get second, and like if I can essentially defeat the Viper GTS, I will be doing okay. That wasn't really what I wanted to do, but I guess it turned out pretty well considering gained position from the GTS. No, understeer. Also, slightly stupidly late braking from me. If I can get this TVR, that'd be good. I don't want to push it too hard trying to take the TVR though. I mean, here's the thing. I could go full attack for this TVR, but I'm not, you know, I don't really want to do that because I don't want to mess up my chances too badly. Okay, so we are in the lead. This is good. This is turning out to be a bloody good race. You see, this is one of the things I like and don't like. You see, this is the thing. If I was playing this game for myself, this would be awesome. The thing is, when it comes to like LPs and recording it and so on, it's just like, you like the close races, it keeps the LP intense. However, it also has a slightly negative side effect on the sense that it might, you know, you might actually have to just re-record everything again. And constantly, you know, stopping recording and re-recording and doing all that does end up getting a little bit irritating. That being said, come on. Nah, don't you dare lose me now, Camaro. You have been a pretty damn noble steed. You know, I mean, hell, ethanol, I know me and you don't like Camaros, buddy, but you've got to admit this thing has been pretty damn good. TVR's taken me at the last moment. I was a bit too cautious through there. Still, I don't think it matters because the Viper GTS is all the way behind the RT10. We are going to take second place in this final race. Hopefully we've done enough, guys. Okay, so the GTS did come in 4th. Oop. So that means we beat the GTS by 1 point. Ooh. I know you can tell it. But I really was starting to feel the worst. But you know what? The Camaro did it. As much as we don't take away quite as much prize money as I'd probably want to, this car's nowhere near made the money back on it. It has progressed us through the LP, which is nice. Anyways, for the final time tonight, and in fact for the final time in this LP, we claim 20,000 credits. We are the Series Championship champion, which is not something, which is the final time, and also a new machine. Again, that's not the final time. What I was on about was the fact that 20,000 credits because we have done all of these national event things, so that's good. Oh man, right. There we go. Anyway, let's go ahead and check our garage for the RX-7 A-Spec LM. Look at that thing. It's got horrible wheels, but yeah, that car is pretty damn good looking. And well, I think you might even see that car pop. I don't know if I'm going to use it for the next episode or the episode after that, but I will definitely be using the RX-7 because it looks so nice. It's great. Okay. Let's save the game anyway, because that is going to be it for today's episode of the Gran Turismo 1 Let's Play. It's been a tough little road this episode, but hey, there you go. Anyways, as you can see in the special events, that's all of this first page of events completed, which means in the next episode we're going to be heading into the endurance races. And I'm going to probably start with the Grand Valley, move on to Special Stage Route 11 Race 1, and then Race 2. There are differences between those. I think that one's for race cars and that one's for other vehicles. But there you go. Anyways, friends, that is it for today's episode of the Gran Turismo 1 Let's Play. I do hope you've enjoyed. And as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been The Real Emile, and until next time, farewell.